Have you ever wondered how a guy who looks like that can lift more than a guy who looks like that? In today's video, I'm going to tell you how a skinny guy could potentially lift more than a bigger guy. So when it comes to lifting, we do use muscles to lift up the weight. But then shouldn't more muscle mean more strength? Yes, but not necessarily. So in addition to having muscle size, there are actually a number of factors that can contribute to your ability to lift more weights. Things such as biomechanics of the body, the kind of muscle fibers you have, your form, all these things impact the amount of weight you can lift. But today I'm going to focus on the main one, and that is your nervous system strength or your neurological strength. So in order to lift weight, your muscles contract, which generates force. When that force is more than the resistance of the weight, you're able to move that weight. Naturally, the more muscles that are contracting, the more force will be produced. Then why can't a bigger guy lift more? The thing is that just because you have the muscle doesn't mean it's going to contract when you're doing a lift. And just because it contracts doesn't mean it's going to contract optimally for that lift. So our muscles are comprised of many strands of fibers that collectively contract to produce that force. But if all of these fibers don't contract, then you're not getting the most out of that particular muscle. For example, if while doing squats, only 75% of the required muscles are contracting, then you're only performing at 75% of your maximum capacity. So in order to understand how to recruit muscle fibers optimally, you need to understand what makes muscles contract in the first place. Currently, your understanding might be that I want to squat, so I think I want to squat, and my body just squats. But have you thought, how is that signal from your brain get into your legs and saying, come on boys, time to get low? This signaling system is your nervous system. Your brain sends chemical signals down your spine, which has neurons that branch out and then send signals to your muscles. But think about this, when you're doing a bicep curl, does your mind go, oh, I want motor neuron number 10 billion to contract muscle fibers 600 to 900 so that my bicep curls? No, right? You just generally say, oh, bicep flex, and it obliges. So your brain is not necessarily deciding how many muscle fibers in your bicep are contracting. This is left up to your nervous system. This is why it's important to condition your nervous system. A well-conditioned nervous system is able to extract maximum efficiency from your muscles because your brain can't do it directly. This is the core of neurological or nervous system strength, in that it's so efficiently trained that whatever exercise you do, you recruit the right muscles, you recruit them in the right quantity, and that way you're able to perform whatever you're doing in an optimal manner. So how do you train your nervous system? And the first principle for this is intensity. The more workload you put on your muscles, the more your nervous system has to push for muscle recruitment. And as you activate more muscles, your body gets used to recruiting them. Another way to train your nervous system is that mind-muscle connection concept that you may have heard of. Basically, by focusing on the muscle that you want to train, you start to increase the signaling that's heading towards that muscle. The additional signaling can ensure that more muscles get recruited in the process of whatever you want to do. Over time, this elevated muscle recruitment can become second nature. It is also important to do exercises with correct form, because the more often you do an exercise in a particular form, the more it gets embedded in your nervous system. For example, if you keep doing deadlifts with a rounded back, then your nervous system gets trained to recruit more muscles from the lower back than from the glutes and hamstrings. Now, because the glutes and hamstrings have way more muscle than your lower back, you're not performing the deadlift optimally. The more you do it wrong, the more the negative pattern gets enforced and the harder it gets to break out of it. So in conclusion, your nervous system determines how well you use the muscle you already have. If you have 10% more muscle than me, but I'm able to recruit 15% more of my muscle fibers, then I will be able to lift 5% more than you despite being smaller. A well-conditioned nervous system is not only important for improved performance, but also injury avoidance, because you want the right muscles to activate in the right exercise. So lift with intensity, lift with good form, and lift with focus. That's all for today's video, guys. I will catch you next time. Cheers.